Yo, what's up? Bringing you that MLB Show 20. So today SDS had their Diamond Dynasty stream and there was a lot of content that was revealed today. So we're going to go over all of that. I'll put timestamps in the description or in the comments if you guys want to go to a specific point, but there is a lot to cover. And just in general, I think this year is going to be really exciting for Diamond Dynasty. So let's start off with one of the new modes, Showdown. They went a little bit more into detail with this mode. So just a small description of the mode. You can think of it as a battle royale and moments, but it is an offline mode. It is versus CPU. So starter, build and upgrade your team, face superstars and legends, earn rewards. So the way you start off, you have 10 rounds to draft. And you pick, I think, 8 players to start things off. You get a couple diamond players, gold, silver, a foundation for your team. And then you pick 2 perks, a diamond perk and a gold perk. So these perks, as you can see on the screen, they kind of help you in certain situations. So just an example, significant contact boost in 2 strike counts. So they pretty much give you hitting boosts throughout the game and will help you complete these moments per se versus the CPU. So one thing to mention, there is an entry fee with Showdown. You will have to put in stubs to play this mode, but you should be able to get rewards back. And some of the rewards can include packs, players, XP, stubs. So say the entry fee, I don't know what the entry fee is, but say the entry fee is 1,500 stubs, you probably will get 1,500 stubs back and more for completing a Showdown. So within Showdown, there's a couple ways you can actually do it. The first way is probably I would say the best way and the easiest way is to build your team up. So you have moments that you have to complete. There is some moments where if you don't complete it, it just moves on to the next moment. But there is some moments where it's a do or die situation. So if you lose that moment, you have to restart and probably re-enter with stubs. So there's some situations where you could lose out on stubs, but every moment you do, if you win, you build up your team, you kind of get to draft more players to improve your team. And then there is a final Showdown. So for the starter Showdown, the scenario is coming back down from 4-0 and you have 20 outs to do it. So there is no innings in the final Showdown. It's just 20 outs. So scoring 5 runs within 20 outs doesn't really seem that bad within 1 inning. And I'm pretty sure your runners would stay on base throughout the 20 outs. So it shouldn't be that hard to do this scenario. But that's kind of the premise of Showdown. You draft players, you do moments. If you beat the moments, you upgrade your team by drafting more players, getting more perks. And then there's a final Showdown where if you complete it, you get the final rewards. And Showdown goes into progress for the first inning program and just programs in general. So I think it's going to be a really nice mode, especially for those that like playing offline. And with Showdown, I feel like they're going to introduce a lot of content weekly. So there should be a lot to do with this mode. Moving on, we do have a glimpse at the first inning program. So the first inning program bosses, they're going to be Todd Helton, Duke Snider, and Roy Oswalt. So here's some screenshots of the first inning bosses. Todd Helton, really good contact numbers and power. Got the diamond tier defense. We got Roy Oswalt. Hit per 9's okay. Got good K per 9 and walk per 9. And then we have Duke Snider, who looks really solid against righties and gold tier defense. So those are going to be the first inning program bosses. So programs pretty much work in the same way. You play the game, you earn program stars and unlock players. So it's a little bit more organized. Now you have tabs instead of just having the whole list of missions. So if you look at like the missions tab, you'll see you have to win 10 games in ranked seasons, 10 games in online games, or tally hits with prospect or live series players. So a little bit more organized as far as that goes. And then 300 program stars will get you one of the 3 bosses that we mentioned. So that's pretty much the program. We'll go back to these program bosses because there is a really nice feature that you can upgrade these bosses that we'll go over. But we're going to move on to the first set of Conquest boards. So there's the starter board and it actually gets you a prospect Tim Tebow. I believe it was a 75 overall card. So nothing crazy, nothing special, but a 75 overall Tim Tebow. Then you have the first inning program and then the map preview. So the whole Conquest map looks like that reward is going to be Willie Mays. probably a diamond version, a low-end diamond, but there will be additional players that you can get that are going to be hidden through that board. So I'm someone that I think Conquest, that's the first thing you should always do. The big map, the US map with all 30 teams, just because there's a good amount of XP you can get in that, cards and stubs and all that stuff. So I would say Conquest should be the first thing you look at, but here's just a preview of what we can expect with Conquest. Now we're going to move on to Team Affinities. So they made a really nice change to Team Affinities, and I feel like there's more exclusive rewards, and it's going to be a little bit more interesting to go ahead and do these cards, because there's a new type of card that you can only get from completing these Team Affinities. So there is different stages within Team Affinity. So the first example that they showed were the Washington Nationals. So as you can see, 0 out of 70, you can only get 70 points at the start, and then as the year goes on, you'll be able to get more points through the Team Affinities. But you have missions you can do, collections, moments, which, you know, that definitely helps, because last year you could only do exchanges and then March to October for progress. So March to October, you also get progress through this, and March to October did make a change where, you know, just playing through a season, you don't have to win or lose or win the World Series. You'll still get points just by playing through a season, which gives you progress for the Team Affinities. But at 25 points for each team, you will get a prospect card for that respective team. So for the Nationals, we have Will Crow, and I'm pretty sure they're all going to be gold prospects, but they're all prospect cards, which are pretty much a new card in the game, a new card type. And then at 50 points, and this is what's new, is Face of the Franchise cards. So you can only get these Face of the Franchise cards from Team Affinities. So each team is going to have a Face of the Franchise. For the Nationals, we have Juan Soto. So nice card art design, diamond card for him. So his live series was a gold, but if you want a diamond Juan Soto, you can grind out the Team Affinities and get this diamond version 89, which is actually a really nice rating. And this card looks pretty solid, minus the bronze tier defense, but hitting wise, a really solid card. So they only showed a few examples, and they're going to probably show more examples throughout the week leading up to the release of MLB The Show 20. But when the game drops, we'll go over all of these and give my opinion on which ones you should go after first. But for the Twins, we got Byron Buxton. Really solid card, good fielding, good speed. These are the type of cards that I like, except he doesn't really have that high contact like you would wish. And then they also showed the Rays, so you have a Blake Snell card, diamond version. So these are just examples. Once again, these are Face of the Franchise cards, and you can only get them through grinding Team Affinities. And ways to get points with Team Affinities: missions, collections, moments that you can complete within the Team Affinities, and March to October. But there should be plenty of ways to get points to grind out these Team Affinities. Next, we're gonna go on to the XP reward path. So last year, I thought the XP reward path was really good. You know, you could have got a lot of nice diamonds. The 5 main bosses for this year's XP reward path, we have Reggie Jackson, Barry Larkin, Ryan Sandberg, Buster Posey, and Minnie Minoso. I think all of those guys are pretty solid. You also see at the beginning, you have an evolution pack. So a new type of pack right here. Here is an example of the first 4 players that you can choose from. And we have Ivan Rodriguez, Dennis Eckersley, Eddie Matthews, and Carlos Gonzalez. So these are, if you played, was it 16 or 7? I think it was MLB The Show 16. There was rookie to prime missions. So you see these cards right here, they're rookie based. I don't know if all evolution cards will be rookie series cards, but just for this example, we have rookie cards right here. 79 overall Pudge, 78 Dennis Eckersley, 76 Eddie Matthews, 72 Carlos Gonzalez. All of these cards, through statistical missions, can get upgraded to a diamond version of this card. I like this edition. I actually like the player grinds. I think it's fun to do, you know, not to the extent that it was in MLB The Show 18, because those were kind of ridiculous. But if they do it right, these could be a hit. And I really like these evolution cards. I'm also hoping that they don't drop like way too many of these, but a respectable amount. Maybe a few of them per month, but I don't want to see like 20 drop at one time, and then it'd be so hard to grind through these players and stuff like that. But if they do it right, these could be really nice. And like I said, you can get 4 of them through the XP reward path, and maybe they have more additional ones. So here's just an example of the evolution Pudge Rodriguez. I don't think I have the moment missions that you can actually do, but that 79 through missions can turn into a 91 overall. So that's a nice upgrade right there, and it should be a good boost to your team throughout the year, especially early on in the year. Here is the other cards, what they kind of turn into. The Dennis Eckersley, good hit per 9, K per 9, and walk per 9. You can't really see it because it's covered up, but his numbers look pretty solid for a closing pitcher. Then you got the Eddie Matthews at a 92 overall, good power numbers, and then a breakout Cargo, which has really good contact numbers. So these are what these potential cards can turn into, and that's a really nice feature right there. So moving on throughout the XP reward path, at level 40, the first level 40, you'll get these players throughout the XP reward path. Every level, you know, there's different tiers you get these at, but you have a Classics Diamond Choice Pack, and these contain players from previous MLB The Show games. I think they mentioned 17 and 18, but we have Future Stars Alex Reyes, a Player of the Month Gary Sanchez from June 2017, a Future Stars Victor Robles, a postseason Charlie Morton, and a September 2018 Alberto Mondesi. So these are really nice cards. And just going back to the previous games, that Alex Reyes was nasty. Morton was pretty solid. Mondesi, even his silver card's always pretty nice. So that diamond was pretty good. I believe Robles and Sanchez were nice too. So these are just classic cards that you will be able to get pretty much past program cards, Future Stars, Player of the Month, maybe postseason cards. So these are, I think, a big dub. You know, a lot of potential right here, seeing some classic cards, and hopefully we get some big surprises also. And then moving on through the XP reward path, we have, I guess it's like the level 80. It was the pack this year where you could get like Kershaw, Ichiro. So this year you have a 99 Corey Kluber, 95 Ricky Henderson, 98 Signature Series Hal Newhouser, a 95 Willie McCovey, and a 96 Raleigh Fingers. So a quick look at this. We have some new card types. We have that Cy Young Corey Kluber, 99 overall, straight up nasty looking card. We also have the Cy Young Raleigh Fingers. We have a new Signature Series card art design. Looks pretty clean. I think it's a little bit cleaner looking than last year's or this year's, 2019's. But look at that Corey Kluber. This is a card you get for free just from grinding out the game. You have a card that has 103 hit per 9, 105 K per 9, 95 walk per 9 at the start of the year or really early on in the year. You know, probably in the first 2 weeks, a lot of people will have this card, and it's a 99 overall, looking straight up nasty. So we have the Corey Kluber right there. A look at the Raleigh Fingers, great hit per 9 and K per 9 numbers, 96 walk per 9. Potential closer for the whole year. You know, Raleigh Fingers is always a solid card, so you have a tough choice through these packs going from Corey Kluber or Raleigh Fingers. And then even Newhouser could be a solid addition. Ricky Henderson if you want speed. McCovey got good pop, so there's a lot of potential with that XP reward path. So now we're going to move on to the main bosses. I don't have individual screenshots of these guys, but these are the final bosses pretty much. You know, at every 100 levels you get to choose one of these, and then diamond level 100 you get your last two. But all 99s, Barry Larkin Silver Slugger. You have Reggie Jackson, a Prime Series card, so a new series type right there. You have the Signature Series Ryan Sandberg, a Prime Mini Minoso, and a 99 MVP Buster Posey. So I feel like they kind of separated the hardware series. I don't know if they're going to bring back hardware series cards, but they pretty much separated them. And we have this whole new card art design, which looks pretty clean in my opinion. That Silver Slugger looks really nice. You got the Prime cards. So the Prime cards are pretty much an average of like the player's best 3 years. And then Signature Series is throughout the whole career, I believe. So Prime cards are there to pretty much rival Signature Series cards. So I'm assuming if a player has a Prime card, they might not get a Signature Series card, even though they still can. And then obviously you have these award cards with Silver Slugger, MVP. We saw the Cy Young ones. So those cards are pretty nice, and some new card types. So that's the XP reward path. We're going to jump back a little bit back to the first inning bosses. We have player programs. So this is pretty much where you see your progress with evolution cards. But as you can see at the top, we now have prestige diamonds. So I don't know if these prestige diamonds are only going to be the bosses we get from programs, but this is the example we have right now. And pretty much with these prestige, how you get them, how you upgrade them, you have to do it in online games only. So that's a big thing right there. Online games only to upgrade these cards. So I only have Todd Helton as an example of some of the online missions we have to do. Tally hits with All-Star Helton, tally extra base hits with All-Star Helton, tally RBIs with All-Star Helton. So they pretty much take that base card. So that Helton card was an All-Star card, and you have to do statistical missions online based on what he did during that season. But if you do all that, you upgrade your Todd Heltons. So from a 91 overall, he would become a 94 overall and get a pretty good contact boost. I don't know if I can do picture in picture with you guys, but just think of it this way. I showed the base card earlier. All of his attributes went up +3, except like bunt and drag bunt. But most everything went up +3. So his base card had 99 contact versus righties and 98 versus lefties. This Prestige Helton has 102 contact versus righties and 101 versus lefties. 76 power, which is up 3. So pretty much +3 for all his attributes. It's a nice looking card. I don't know if you can sell these Prestige cards. I don't think you're going to be able to, but it's a way to upgrade potential diamonds into even better diamonds. And that's these Prestige diamonds right here. So that's what the red diamond is. Looks really nice. You know, I like grinding and I like doing all this stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Here's also a look at the Roy Oswalt. You know, if you guys want to see that change right there. Moving on, we have the show shop. So these are pretty much the day one packs we will see. We have a prospect set 1 pack, and in that pack, it's a choice pack. And there is, I believe, 7 prospects that you can choose from. We have a jumpstart pack, which is gold players you can get for 15K. I think there's 5 gold players in there. We have a set 1 pack, and that's going to cost 7,500. So there is a little change with the set headliner packs. Each set headliner only has 1 potential player you can get from it, and they're going to release headliners twice a week, which hopefully that also means we're going to get more content. You know, normally content drops on Friday. Maybe they do like Tuesday and Friday, and we'll see headliners drop those days, but we'll see additional content drop those days. New moments, new showdown challenges, stuff like that. So there's a lot of potential with having 2 days where content drops. And if they keep everything updated, it's going to be a really big year. But the set 1 headliner, Jeff Bagwell, we do have a little image of him. Good contact versus lefties, good discipline, got bronze tier defense. So that's just a look at the Jeff Bagwell card. We might as well show this too. There's a new tab with the players, which shows locations. And that pretty much just shows where you can obtain this card. So Jeff Bagwell, you can get him from the community market, the show pack, programs, and featured impact setliners set 1. Just for an example, the faces of the franchise cards, you can only get those in Team Affinities. So under locations for like that Juan Soto, that diamond card that we showed, it would just show Team Affinity. Here's a look at some of the prospects you can get in that first pack. We have Lewis Robert, Nate Pearson, Joey Bart, Forrest Whiteley, Drew Waters, Mitch Keller, and Alex Baum. So some solid prospects right there. All diamond cards. So we're getting a lot of diamonds day one. A lot of potential for diamond cards. Those are the packs. Now we're going to move on to Battle Royale. So big change right here with Battle Royale. 9 wins at the start of the year guarantees you a diamond. That's huge right there. 12 wins gets you the 90 plus diamond. And then you obviously get the 12-0 flawless. So to start the year off, flawless rewards, Jim Edmonds, Andrew Miller, Joe Adele, a prospect card, Trevor Hoffman, and Edgar Martinez. Solid rotation right there. Actually, all 90s, which I think is a jump from last year's starting Battle Royale diamonds. And all these cards should be pretty good if they're similar to previous MLB The Shows. Good starting rotation right here. But like I said, the biggest change, 9 wins, diamond at the start of the year. They also changed the Battle Royale format as far as drafting players. So you get 2 diamond rounds, 3 gold players, 9 silvers, 9 bronze, and 2 commons. So that's a pretty big change right there. Less diamonds and gold players. Actually, gold's I think the same. But more silvers, more bronze, not as many commons. Another big change, and this is through all gameplay, there is the 3 batter minimum rule. So you have to have a pitcher in for at least 3 batters. That does apply into Battle Royale. There also is pitcher energy for starting pitchers, which is pretty big. That means there's no more pitcher roulette. So if you want to pitch with a specific player, You can now handpick which starting pitcher you want to use. That's a big change right there. So let's say I get prime Roy Oswalt. I don't gotta wait 10 games to see if I land on him. I can choose him that first game. Now that there's an energy tab on him, you do have to rest him too. So you kind of have to be a little bit more strategic. You play him one game, don't play him the next second or third game. I don't know how long it takes for a starting pitcher to regain their energy. I would assume it's at least 2 or 3 games where you have to rest that starting pitcher. That's also going to be helpful for maybe ranked season. If you know you have a World Series game, you want to throw your best starting pitcher out there so you give yourself the best chance to win, right? So that's one thing. You also can start bullpen guys if you want. So say I have that 96 Raleigh Fingers that you get from the XP reward path. I could start him, so there's a lot of variety. They made some nice changes with that pitcher energy, and I think that's going to be really big. Going back to Battle Royale, maybe you start to draft diamond starting pitchers, or you get that diamond relief pitcher and you start him the game. There's a lot of potential there, different strategies that come into place, but that's pretty much Battle Royale. With Battle Royale also, they did add more universal nameplates. So you have a flawless nameplate for going flawless 5 times, 10 times, and 20 times, which is pretty nice for those people that can go flawless that amount of times. We did get a glimpse of ranked season rewards also. So for the first ranked season, we have a prime Juan Pierre, new legend right there, 91 overall. We have a 91 Rogers Hornsby and a 90 prospect Edley Rutschman. I think I said that right. But those are the 3 rewards for the first ranked season. And like I said, you have the 3 pitcher minimum rule. You have new pitcher energy, so you can handpick which starting pitcher you want. I think it changes the game a little bit for ranked seasons, Battle Royale, even events, any mode you play. I think that's going to really change a few things. And I'm pretty sure that's it. There's a lot that was covered. They didn't really go over collections, so we don't know what the main collection reward is. But I do think it's going to be Mickey Mantle, which is a new legend that just got revealed today. So wouldn't be surprised if he's the card. I don't know if they want to give out a 99 Mickey Mantle on day one, because obviously he would be a signature series or a prime series. So maybe they don't do that for collection rewards. Either way, we got Mickey Mantle, one of the best players of all time, probably the biggest legend we get this year. So definitely excited for Mickey Mantle. I think it's going to be a really big card. Going back to collections, actually, one thing that they did mention, so with collections, they didn't mention who the rewards are or anything, but if you collect a player, if you lock in a player, now you can't exchange them or you can't quick sell them. So I think a lot of people, when they heard that, they were kind of disappointed, but I'm okay with that. I don't really quick sell my diamonds or gold players anyways. I do like to exchange some leftover players, but that's not really that big of a deal to me. I don't think it's going to hurt the game at all. But for people that, try to get some stubs back after doing collections, might hurt that progress a little bit. I guess the last thing we can go over is the pre-order diamonds. So if you pre-ordered MLB The Show 20, these are the potential diamonds you can choose from. You have a 86 Gary Sheffield, 88 Greg Maddux, 86 David Ortiz, 88 Tom Glavine, 87 Mariano Rivera, an 88 John Smoltz, and an 86 Mickey Mantle. So you can play with that Mantle on day one if you want, but these are the potential diamonds you can get from pre-ordering the game. If you pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition, you get to choose 2 of these diamonds. So I think that's a great way to build and start your team if you have 2 of these diamonds at the start of the year. But that pretty much does it for Diamond Dynasty. They didn't really go over moments, but you can expect moments to be similar to last year with weekly updates. And I don't think I missed anything else. But regardless, there's a lot to do this year with Diamond Dynasty, and there's definitely a lot to grind. So we have a whole lot of stuff to do, and I think it's going to be a really good year. Definitely something for everyone this year, and I'm excited to start this grind once again. So let me know what you guys think about Diamond Dynasty. What's your favorite thing that got revealed today? If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.